girl.
Hi, I'm Ant Blades, and I'm the creator of It's Pony. Today I'm going to take you through how to draw Annie.
I'm helping. Need the blue one?
Annie is made up of, she has a sort of a upturned bell for a head, so kind of round at the bottom and almost flat at the top. And then underneath, a triangular body. Comes down to about here. And then some strong legs that come down underneath. Nice straight, strong legs holding her up. And then some boots down at the bottom. So I'm just going to start, she's obviously I'm drawing her quite sketchy to begin with, and then afterwards I'll do a darker line over the top.
This will be the best project ever, you'll see.
So her head is it's kind of a round circle here really underneath, and then straighter at the sides up to a sort of flat top. Now if you're looking at this circle, the nose is almost in the middle, as are the ears, and the ears are kind of in the middle of that circle as well. Then the eyes sit at quite high. So most of the characters in It's Pony, the eyes that are new, I suppose they're kind of higher than the sort of style has quite high eyes and pretty heavy eyebrows.
All I have to do is focus.
And a smile. And then she has her hair come up here. And then her sort of tufts of hair that come over the top. Tuft of hair at the back. Has about, has 6 or 7 of these boulders. And a little connecting bit, there's sort of a V here that connects her head to the hair at the back. A bit here as well, but we're kind of losing that as well, just to give her eyes a bit more space, so that when we've got her eyebrows, they will sit here, but they just have a bit more space to show some emotions.
Game over.
Put some eyes in here, some pupils in. Put in some freckles as well. Now she has a sort of line of shade here as well that goes out the back. So that kind of drops down the back of that hair, just to make it feel like it's further back. And then she has these tiny little dashes as well that go throughout. That's just to make it feel like she's a little bit rougher, and there's some hair there. And a few little errant strands as well that kind of stick out here. At the bottom of her shirt, she has a couple of little bumps here. Those just kind of show where the shirt is kind of folded a little bit. Then she has her skirt that comes down, and this still follows the line of the shirt. She has her pockets down here, and she has these little lines to show that it's kind of like a jean skirt. And we give her these strong legs underneath, and it just feels like she's got nice straight legs that really push up through the body. It just gives her some weight and just feels a bit more dynamic, I think. Then horseshoe shape on her shirt. I'm going to rub out a bit down here. So her arms follow down from the shoulders, and they drop down here. And again, another thing with this show is their arms are normally pretty long actually. They tend to have pretty long arms, most of these characters. And Anne is no exception. So her arms drop down here, and they're pretty straight. But up here she has a sleeve, and the sleeve pokes out slightly from the rest, as it does on the other side. So just that bit of material is poking out a bit more. And then we have those stripes that go down, and there's about, I think there's, I'll go over with some dark and I'll do a bit more chat while I'm talking about with the dart arm. So I'll knock that back. So one of the other things we try with its ponies, and we want it to feel almost like they're huggable, and that hand-drawn, homemade feel to it helps give it that feel. So what we tend to do is we'll have thinner lines on top of everything and then thicker at the bottom, and that just gives it a feeling of depth. So with our eyes, they'll be a bit thinner at top and a bit thicker at the bottom. And we carry that through with everything. So the ear, thinner on top and then thicker at the bottom. Thinner, thicker. And neck, we normally have a little line of shadow underneath. Helps it push the head forward a bit. Having that bit of shadow makes you feel like the head is actually on top. And shoulders coming down. Again, just to show that the skirt is on top and the legs are underneath, we have a line of shadow that kind of the skirt is dropping on those legs. And her boots, and they have these tiny, she has quite small toes. Sticking out the side, and then this little line across the top of those boots. Oh, let's not forget the horseshoe. T-shirt.
Annie!
And that's how you draw Annie. I hope that's been helpful, and I look forward to doing the next one.